Okay, hi lovey-doveys. It's Mrs. G. I can't figure out how to turn on the camera, so I guess you just have to listen to my amazing voice. So today we're going to continue with multiplying fractions, although we're looking at it in the midst of like a story. So here I created a story with Kinsley being the subject, the amazing Kinsley. And so if you're given this situation, I'm going to show you how you can problem solve through it with different questions. So here's the setup. Kinsley completed a 5K race. And what 5K means is, and let me do this, we all know, here we go. That's 5 kilometers. Just so you guys know, that's what K means, which also means kilo means 1,000, so that's 5,000 meters. I just like to do that in my head. She walked 1/4 of the race and ran 3/4 of the race. So if somebody were then to ask you to answer the question, how far did she walk in the race? You're really asking what is 1/4 of, and let's say we just want to know kilometers, like kilometers, not necessarily meters. We need to know what 1/4 of 5 is. So ultimately, I'm trying to divide the number 5 into 4 equal parts. And then I have to decide what one of those parts would be. So there are multiple ways we can do this. Really, how I look at it, it's 5 divided by 4. That's going to be the answer because that is equal to 1 part. So what is 5 divided by 4? Well, how do we write this, my loves, as 5/4? How do we write that? Even just looking at it, that's the division problem. What is 5/4 then as a mixed number? Ooh, it's 1 and 1/4. So actually 5, the number 5 divided into 4 equal parts is 1 and 1/4 for each part. So that tells me that the wonderful Kinsley walked, what is 1/4? What's 1 part of the 4? It's going to be, you can call it 1.25, 1 and 25/100, 1 and 1/4. I'm just going to call it 1 and 1/4 kilometers. That's how far she walked. Now, here's what I know. 1/4 plus 3/4 is 1 whole. So whatever you would add to 1 and 1/4 to get to 5 is how far she ran. So I know 3 plus 1 is 4. And so now I have 4 and 1/4. There's just another 3/4 to get to 5. So she ran 3 3/4 kilometers. Now, you're ultimately doing this. 1/4 of 5, 1/4 times 5 over 1. Multiply the denominators, 5. Multiply the numerators, 4. That's how we got 5/4. You could even say 5/4 kilometers is how far she walked. And then 3/4 of 5 is 15/4. I just multiplied the numerators, multiplied the denominators. And that should give me what I said before, you guys, which is 3 3/4. And let's just see. Yep, you can get 3 sets of 4/4, and that gives you 3 left over 4. So that's kind of what we're doing when I say that. So let's look at another story. Now, should we have Aiden? Aiden completed, oh boy, a 5K race. Good job, Aiden. I'm super proud of you. Completed a 5K race. He walked, you guys, let's have him only walk like 1/8. No, let's do 2/8. He walked, he ran, and then let's say half. He walked 2/8 of it. He ran 1/2 of it and skipped. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. 1/4. of it. Okay. So look at you, Aiden. You're so enthusiastic about it. So now let's figure this out. Wait a minute. So 5K or 5 kilometers. He walked 2/8 of it. 2/8, you guys, something I know about math. 2/8, that's actually the same as 1/4, right? 2 sets of 1/8. I know that that is 1/4. So actually, let's just write this a little easier. What is 1/4 of 5? Oh, we already figured it out. Remember, that's 1 1/4. So that's not only is that how far he walked, but it's also how far he skipped it. So he did 1 1/4 skipping. Good job, Aidemeister. He did 1 1/4 walking. What's 1 1/4 plus 1 1/4? Isn't that 2? And then 2 1/4 is a half. So actually, you guys, he has either skipped or walked 2.5 kilometers. Okay, so how far then did he run? Well, half of it. What's half of 5? 2.5. So this is how far kilometers he ran, and the rest, you guys, whether it's skipping, it's his joyful skipping, or walking was the other 2.5. So neat. You know, just knowing that 2/8 is 1/4 was super helpful. Okay, let's take it one step further. What if I told you that same story? Actually, you guys, let's clear the ink. And let's do it like this, though. What if then you had to solve it in meters, right? Let's now figure it out. So if it's kilometers, I know kilo means 1,000, so it's actually 5,000 kilometers, or I'm sorry, meters. Okay, so now let's figure it out in meters. Well, you could do it like we just did. We knew the answer to each of these. Half was 2.5 kilometers. What is that in meters? Isn't it 2,500? Because 500 is half of 1,000. So this is 2 sets of 1,000, and this is 500. So that's how many meters is that right? Yeah. Yeah. So this, you guys, is actually 2.5 kilometers. I'm just making sure that's right. Yeah, 2 kilometers. Yeah. And then you guys, half of you guys 5,000 is 2,500. So that's how far he ran. I will say though, oh, I know where I was confused. This is what half of it is. I was thinking, okay, what's 1/4? My brain couldn't quite follow what I was even talking about. But you guys, 1/4, okay, if I know what half is, if I know half is 2,500 of 5,000, what's half of that? Because actually 1/4 is half of a half. Okay, so what's half of 2,500 then? 1,000 is half of this, and then half of 500 is 250. So he skipped this many meters then and walked this many meters, which then gives you a total, you guys, plus the 2,500 in running. Boom. It takes a lot of skill, though. You really have to think about this. So take your time working through these problems. I have your assignment listed on the schedule. Make sure you go nice and slow. I would say if you have any extra time, that Workplace 5A is going to be huge in helping you. So take your time. We're going to get better and stronger and get to those bridges lessons. And Mrs. G absolutely loves you. I appreciate you. You may work with the same math partner you worked with yesterday. Don't give up, and you can go to the substitute with any questions. Okay, I love you.